Scottie, and in this video you guys are going to be breaking down a solid victory last night from the Toronto Raptors, going on a nice little 3-game win streak here to improve their overall record so far this season to 4-3. Another win against the Indiana Pacers, beating them twice in the last 3 games, you guys. Nice performance off a back-to-back. Nice to see the grit and determination from this Toronto Raptors squad being able to hang on for the victory last night in a tight one versus the Indiana Pacers, you guys. Right real quick before we go ahead and start breaking down the game from last night, if you can go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Been getting a lot of support lately, you guys, and I greatly appreciate it. We're going to keep coming out with as much content as possible here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start breaking down this matchup from last night. We got the 4-3 Toronto Raptors now. Ended up beating the Pacers, who are now 1-6 on their season. Kind of a shocking start for the Indiana Pacers, to be quite honest with you guys. Just if you look at their roster on paper, man, it looks like they should be a playoff team hands down. They got some absolute great talent. Guys like Miles Turner, Domantas Sabonis, Karis LeVert, their rookie Duarte, the Canadian kid's looking outstanding for them so far. Obviously, Brogdon was down with injury, but it's just kind of shocking to me, you guys, to see this team start out 1-6. Because I really thought the Pacers were going to be a playoff contender this year for sure. They still might be. It's very early in the season. They've been dealing with some injury woes to start off. But I just thought I'd throw my 2 cents in on that real quick. I'm just kind of shocked that the Pacers are 1-6 so far. I'm glad the Raptors have been able to bounce back from their 1-3 start, able to win 3 games in a row here, 2 against the Pacers, and then that one close one against the Orlando Magic on Friday night there, you guys, to improve to 4-3 on the season. Hopefully we can keep that ball rolling. We got a huge game coming up against the New York Knicks, a divisional matchup coming up on Monday. Knicks have been outstanding so far this season. I believe they're 5-1 or 6-1 on their season so far. So it's going to be a tight, hard-nosed game against them, a defensive battle. We're going to have to bring our A game if we're going to want to take down the Knicks on Monday night. But let's go ahead and start breaking down some of the stats in this game, you guys. We'll start off with the quarters here. First quarter went to the Pacers by a score of 25-22. It's a little bit of a slow start for the Raptors, obviously, having to travel from Toronto, playing a back-to-back game. You're expecting both teams to kind of be a little bit sluggish in this one, which was pretty well accurate. Obviously, the night before the Pacers also played in New York, so they had to travel back home, just like the Raptors would have had to travel from Toronto to Indiana. So there wasn't really much of an advantage there for the Pacers in this one. Second quarter, the Raptors do a little bit better, come back and take that quarter by a final score of 24-22 in quarter 2. Did a great job holding them down defensively in quarter 3. Raptors end up winning that one 21-19. And then we get the scoring going a little bit in the fourth quarter there, beating the Pacers 30-28 in that final quarter. So not a bad performance overall, you guys. Won 3 out of the 4 quarters. Shooting percentage was down a little bit in this game. Like I said, both teams are coming off a back-to-back, so you would expect those jump shots to be lacking a little bit. Just don't have as much of a jump in those legs, obviously being tired from playing back-to-backs there. I believe Freddie and OG both had over 40 minutes a game tonight, or last night, I should say. So they've just been getting played like so much lately. I believe they had 36 or 37 minutes the game before against Orlando. So these guys are at the top of the league in minutes right now with almost 40 a game that they're averaging, which is just crazy. So you're expecting those jump shots not to be there all the time when you're dog tired like that, playing back-to-backs. We shot 42% field goal percentage, 39 of 92 from the field in that game, comparatively to the Pacers, 35 of 81. So we did do pretty well in that department, had 11 more shots than they did. Obviously, winning the rebound battle's huge, key to victory right there. We only shot 34% from the three-point line, 11 out of 32, and they shot 30% themselves, 13 out of 43. So both teams were struggling, not shooting at a high clip in this game. But like I said, when you're coming off of a back-to-back like that, you'd expect the shooting percentages to be down a little bit. Nice job by the Toronto Raptors, though, holding them down in the rebound department. Ended up outboarding them 48-40 in the rebounds. Always huge to win the rebound battle, getting those extra possessions for your squad, getting extra shots up, giving you a better opportunity to win the game. 18 assists for the Raptors comparatively to 25 for the Pacers. You'd like to see that number improve a little bit. A lot of ISO ball, it seems like, the last little while here between OG and Freddie, just kind of searching for their own shot instead of running the offense, which is fine if you're hitting shots. They weren't too bad last night. Freddie shot 6 of 14 from the field. OG was 6 of 13, so they dialed back their shot attempts a little bit. which I like to see on a second game of a back-to-back, get some more guys involved there. Had a really nice performance from Svi Mikhailuk there, going 6 of 10 from the field with 16 points for you. So you got some good help off the bench in this game, which was much needed, obviously, on a back-to-back. You were going to need some depth scoring, which we were able to obtain. In the turnover battle as well, we were able to win the turnover battle against the Pacers. We turned it over 15 times. It's a little more than you'd like to see from the Toronto Raptors, but we did a good job turning over the Pacers, forcing them into 19 turnovers. So we're winning the turnover battle against them there, which is always huge as well. Go over some of the player stats here, you guys. Precious Achiuwa had a rough night last night. He was not able to get a shot going whatsoever, making some dumb decisions as well with the basketball. I thought he was just trying to force it a little bit too much. After he was missing his shots early on there, he ended up finishing the night with 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block. Shooting 2 of 9 from the field, so definitely not ideal for a center, especially when like 80-90% of his shots are coming from right underneath the rim. He missed a ton of lay-ins. I mean, if he has any other night going on there where he's got his shooting stroke a little bit better, I bet you he finishes 5 or 6 of 9 from the field, because most of the shots he was missing, like I said, were little lay-ins right underneath the rim that normally you'd see Precious Achiuwa make. Those shots just wasn't dropping for him. You could tell he was getting a little bit frustrated, and then he started to basically run the whole court with the ball, tried forcing the issue a little bit, ended up costing him. He never ended up playing a lot of minutes last night. Nick Nurse ended up taking him out. I think he only finished the game with 21 minutes. They had Kem Birch in there a little bit more. He had a solid performance for us. Scottie Barnes was huge. He was this absolute savior for the Raptors last night. Had a huge game as a rookie. Just outstanding what he's been able to do against Domantas Sabonis in the 2 games they've played against each other. Scottie Barnes finishing the night with 21 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal, shooting 9 of 17 from the field, so over 50% field goal percentage. Just an outstanding performance from our rookie. He's been playing lights out so far this season. I would say he's the rookie of the year at this point, in my opinion. Fred VanVleet had another good performance for us. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. 6 of 14 from the field. So shooting percentage is getting up there in the mid-40s now. It's getting a little bit better. Gary Trent Jr. had a rough shooting night. Only shot 3 out of 11 from the field. Finished with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Still had 2 steals on the defensive end. A couple deflected passes. So you got to like that about Gary Trent, even though his shot's not dropping. He's still making an impact on the defensive side of the ball, which is huge for us. OG with another solid performance, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block, shooting 6 of 13 from the field, just below 50% there. So a decent performance from him. I like to see that OG dialed back his shot attempts a little bit, getting his teammates involved a little more. Obviously, with the 5 assists, that's what you want to see from one of your top guys when his shot's not falling, is, allow him to be a little bit more of a playmaker, especially when he's drawing those double teams and stuff. To be able to kick it out to the open man is huge. OG was doing a little bit better job at that tonight than nights past, where he was just bricking up too many shots, in my opinion. So I liked what I seen from him in that aspect. Kem Birch with a solid performance off the bench, really taking over for Precious Achiuwa when he was struggling there. Ended up finishing the night with 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal, shooting 3 of 5 from the field. So nothing crazy. Good shooting percentage. Wasn't forcing up a bunch of bad shots. Making the right plays, getting some good rebounds on the offensive end for us. So really liked what I seen from Kem Birch. I think he's going to be a real nice addition on the nights that we are struggling at the center position with, if Achiuwa's having an off night or something like that. I think it's going to be huge to have the veteran presence of Kem Birch in there, just being that steady hand coming off the bench for us. And then we got Svi Mikhailuk, you guys, who had an outstanding performance, his best game as a Raptor last night. Huge game for us off the bench, and we needed every point from him in this one. 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Had that nasty crossover dunk there. I think he dribbled it behind the back and went over to the left hand for the flush. It was just a gnarly dunk there in that first half, I think it was. Just an outstanding performance from this guy. I loved his aggression on the floor and driving to the rack and not settling for the jump shots. 6 of 10 from the field as well, so he was shooting at a high clip in this game. Exactly what you want to see from one of your good depth role players on the squad. He stepped up big time for us. That's exactly what we needed from him in a back-to-back game. Boucher had a decent performance as well, 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 block. Needs to improve the shooting a little bit. That's going to come, I think, as his finger continues to get more healthy here. 3 of 9 from the field's definitely not ideal, but he was hucking up a few 3 balls there. and things of that nature. So you'll see him just, continue to improve that shot as the season goes along and that finger continues to get closer to 100%. But I still like his effort on the defensive end and being able to battle and get some rebounds for us. So overall, a decent performance from Boucher as well. It's starting to get better since Nick Nurse called him out a few games ago. Delano Banton, another good performance as well in the 15 minutes he played. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Didn't shoot as well. He only shot 1 of 4 from the field, so his shooting stroke really wasn't there tonight, but he did everything else well on the floor. Tenacious on the defensive end, being able to make some plays with a couple assists in the game. So I really liked what I've seen. I think everyone's kind of shocked at how quickly he's been able to come along within this team and within the offense. He's a guy that maybe we expected to be playing more of a role next season or the season after. The fact that he's been able to be a consistent contributor early on in his career is just super impressive. Possibly one of the steals of the draft. We might have had the top 2 steals in the draft this year between Scottie Barnes and Delano Banton. You guys, they've just been outstanding for us as 2 rookies making a big time impact on the squad. Gotta love to see it, you guys. So overall, a decent, good team win for us. Close win, obviously, 97-94. You expected the Pacers to push back, especially after we kind of blew them out in the first game a couple days ago. You expected them to have a better performance, and they did push back pretty well on us. We'll go through some of the Pacers stat lines as well. Miles Turner had a nice game, double-double for him. 10 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 blocks on us as well. He was blocking everything against us there. One of the better big men in the league. I would love to have this guy as our center if somehow possible we could swing a trade later on in the season, but I highly doubt the Pacers are going to give up Miles Turner or Domantas Sabonis. These two are just 2 of the premier big men in the league right now. 2 great players. Sabonis had a great game, bounced back after having a tough one against the Raptors the first time around. He finished the night with 22 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Caris LeVert, I believe, starting his first game of the season here after a little bit of a back injury. I don't think he ended up finishing the game. I think he tweaked his back again and ended up coming out in that second half. But when he was out there, he was productive and helping out the squad. They had 15 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steals for Caris LeVert. He's going to be huge for them when he can come back fully healthy and be ready to roll for a full game. He's a really good player. Obviously been dealing with some injury issues last season and this season. But when he is fully healthy, this guy's a force to be reckoned with. TJ McConnell, 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists for them. And solid performance. Duarte, the Canadian kid, didn't even know this guy was Canadian until last night when they were talking about him. He's one of the guys that's in the lead for the Rookie of the Year, right along Scottie Barnes right now, and Evan Mobley. Another solid performance from him with 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Just the amount of Canadian talent coming into this league right now, you guys, is super impressive. Obviously, Delano Banton's another Canadian product that's having a great start to his career as well. So you just love to see all the Canadian talent doing good in the league right now. It's awesome to watch. Gives us hope for the future. Maybe we'll be able to make an Olympics and wreak some havoc in the Olympics here in the years to come with the Canadian squad. We'll have to see. Aaron Holiday had a nice performance for them as well. 16 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist coming off the bench, as well as Jeremy Lamb with 11 points, 1 assist, and 1 steal. So they had a pretty good, their team played pretty well against us as well. They had they had 6 guys in double digits on us. So they kept her close. It was a close, tight-knit game. Like I said, it was a big-time battle between 2 teams who were tired coming off a back-to-back game. Loved the performance from the squad, being able to hold on for the victory there late in the game. Just a great job on the defensive side of the ball for us so far this season. One of the best defensive teams so far, the Raptors are. Got to get that offense going a little bit more, but I think with the addition of Pascal Siakam coming back into the fold, even getting Yuta Watanabe getting in there off the bench a little bit when he comes back from his injury as well, I think is just going to help us that much more. Take a little bit of pressure off guys like Freddie and OG, having to score so consistently. Just take a few shots out of their hands. Plus, I think it'll take a little bit of pressure off Pascal when he comes back, having a guy like Scottie Barnes in there who can really, lead the way and take charge of a game if he needs to. I mean, probably one of the most impressive things that I seen from Scottie Barnes in this game was his ability to go down there in the last minute of the game and drain those 2 clutch free throws to win it for us, basically give us that 3-point advantage with, I think there's 15 seconds left or something like that. Just outstanding, especially because Scottie Barnes was 1 of 4 from the free throw line before those 2 free throws. That just shows his ability to be clutch in clutch time situations, being able to drain both of those after a 1 and 4 start from the free throw line. Just absolutely clutch He's obviously got the clutch gene. He's calm in those tight moments down the stretch. Exactly what you want to see from a top-end rookie. So yeah, you guys, that's about it for this video. Love what I've seen from the squad so far through 7 games. Big one coming up against the Knicks on Monday night, you guys. Would love to get your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. How do you think the Raptors fared in last night's game? And what do you think our chances are being able to take down the New York Knicks on Monday night? Like I said, we'd love your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thanks for watching the video, you guys. And this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Channel.